Check.
Because I made a list.
I told you my list was the musical. Essentially,
This motherfucker.
I've had my list since
He wrote a musical for his
for
his soundtrack to his life.
Damn.
All right, I'm just gonna have to send this.
Yeah,
to
what are
you.
y'all
So
doing?
is it like?
What are y'all doing?
Are we doing like actual theme songs, or can it just be anything?
Any song.
No, it's
song?
it's like you know,
Okay.
like you know how like you
It's
got
your
different
life's-
parts of your life. And
Your
shit?
life's theme song. That's the name of the episode.
I can
Kinda.
I can talk about this for a while.
Well, you know, like you have like different stages in your life, and you think about like, bro, I'll talk. I gotta remember. I got one.
The boys have new toys.
I'm excited. We do have new toys.
This is gonna be fun.
We're raring it
And
up.
you do have the hot mic, so it probably is going to pick up on yours from where it's sitting.
Well,
Perfectly.
it's all, I think so. Is that what that is? That looks like what it is.
I think that's what it was.
Not really, but
But
I mean, you
but
can-
that's not as loud as the plus.
Just put your
ultra
mic on
one.
it, Ryan.
It picks it up.
It's pretty good.
it does.
Yeah.
Sick. You don't have to cut all this out because I'm not trimming this down. I'm gonna hit export.
Oh, no,
and-
yeah,
He
no,
left
like,
it all last week.
I left all of it last.
Cold open.
We heard everything.
Miriam was like, "There's a lot of opening." Just
there was.
And the Blerd Survive Guide, cold open.
I love
Basically.
a cold open.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's essentially where we're going at this time. It's almost
Well,
at a minute.
Damn, you know what's great at the end of cold openings? You want to know what happens? The show
Live from New
starts.
York is Saturday night.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Oh, welcome to another episode of Blerd Survival Guide. Things might look a little different, as you can see. Things
Might sound a little
different. And we're back to our normal episodes. It's more than just the two guys and Mike and a producer. We now have our sound engineer, as you know, Ryan, and we actually
Ryan Key.
we never formally we introduced him a couple weeks back.
But we're
when
going
we
to
got
introduce
started.
him
But
on
we
the
have
show
him,
today.
Yeah, we have him formally on the show. He's going to talk to us. We're going to talk to him.
Woo!
Have some fun.
Woo!
Let's get into it. But first, Jay, how are you?
Man, I'm feeling great. It's been a good weekend. I threw an axe this weekend, so that was kind of
I
dope.
saw the pictures. That was,
Yeah, you were at
it looked
work,
fun.
so you know, obviously you were invited had you not been at work.
Damn.
You know how it be. But no, that was great. And then we chilled out, right? Like that's pretty much all we did all weekend. So I'm feeling pretty good, well rested. How are you?
I was at work.
Yeah. You had a hard show.
They keep adding these extra. They're called mandatory extra days.
That sounds like slave
Bro,
labor
that's
with
some
extra
awful.
steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a tax form.
And you got to pay taxes on
And
it.
it don't even like. It's gotten to that point where like money doesn't even matter anymore. You just want to go home and sleep. I got hired onto that job to work 3 days a week, and literally for the past
2 months?
almost 2.5 months.
Yeah.
I've been working 4 days, and and it's like 4 full shift days, so it's like 12 plus hours.
Bamazon Union. 2 words.
Vote. Yes.
We'll see, because I don't want to pay.
That's true. You got to pay
You got
dues.
fees. You got
Yeah,
fees.
That's true.
yeah, and my base pay could go down, so it's a whole gamble of things.
That's
We're not
a-
going to talk about
that's a
that
number
because
of
it's
But what we talk about
that's a
today-
whole slew of things that we can talk about. But today we're talking about our life's theme songs. And well, first, before we get into that, Ryan, he's on camera on our you can see his
On the
pretty
mic.
face on the mic as well. If you haven't heard him now, you can hear him now.
Ryan, why
What
don't you
up, what
introduce
up, what
yourself
up?
to the
Yeah,
people? Tell them
give
a
us-
little bit. Give them a little
Your little
elevator
origin story.
pitch
Yeah.
about yourself.
A little origin story, you know.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I do audio here for like the past 2-3 weeks. 3 weeks?
If
Four?
y'all
It's been a
notice,
month.
we
It's been a
improved
month.
audio
It's
for
been a
you.
month?
It's been
Wow.
a month. Oh,
For
it's
a
his
month.
anniversary.
Hey.
We
didn't
love
get him
you.
nothing down.
Not shit.
He's on the he's on the show.
What you mean?
He's on the show.
We got him on the show. What
He
you
is
mean?
on
we
the
get
show.
him?
Dude, I get to
Free
talk this
publicity.
time. Y'all can hear my voice.
I did my job.
But no, I'm good. It's been cool. I'm a VJ, so I run visuals for people. I work for a company.
There's some dope visuals too, man.
Thank you.
My man's talented.
Oh, hire me.
Please.
No, I do my best.
For all your audio, lighting, and
video
needs.
all of them,
As you
Ryan
can see.
Key.
and merchandising. I can't do it, but we have people that can.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
We're gonna
do.
pray that-
We won't
yeah.
promote the company on the podcast, but
And unless they
get
can
in touch.
Well, unless they
with
can get us like a
Ryan.
stock load of Blerd Survival Guys shirts, and maybe.
I mean,
That's a phone call.
It's an
It's a
idea.
phone call. It's not my department, but it's a phone call away.
I mean, if we could get a sponsorship, because I mean, we're using the
I mean, I'll
equipment,
talk to
you
him.
know?
I'll
Yeah.
I'll
we got a
mention it.
listenership.
Let me know who I need to talk to.
All right.
People
I will,
wanna
for
know
sure.
I'm
about-
gonna say we got a whole producer. She can do the work.
I believe in her.
We got
Behind the
ideas.
scenes.
I believe in her. I believe in her. But yeah, man, we're happy to have you. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it's really good to be here.
introducing yourself.
Been a fan for a minute.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well,
What you guys also don't know, a little fun fact, is that Ryan also works with Wrapped Podcast. Our friends, Colton, Ryan himself, and Adam, they have a podcast, Wrapped Podcast, where they talk specifically about music, their favorite music, songs that have recently come out, songs that have probably come out way before now, and you probably haven't heard them, but they
Things
definitely
you
have,
missed.
and they will, they will definitely let you know
they're
about it.
basically Spotify, but curated for your listening pleasure without you
That's a
having to like
great way
do
to
all the like
describe
searching.
it.
You
Yeah.
know, like you.
That's a great way to describe
Great
it.
tagline.
There was literally like there was a time when I was at work and I was just like, I don't know what songs I want to listen to, and I don't want to
Right.
listen to that. So I literally
mean,
listened
listen
to
to the rap podcast.
I listened to the rap podcast, and it was like, and it, most of the time would be like Ryan's listens, and it was like what he would listen to, and I'm just like,
Oh, that makes me
I'll give it
feel
a listen.
good.
Well, what's crazy is like Ryan and I have listened to the same genres of music for as long as we have been around each other, but we missed each other for like a solid 4 years.
Yeah, because I wasn't being social at the time.
No,
You know.
but like now it's come full circle.
who
We
is?
have the same interests. We got him on the podcast. So I guess thinking about college, I think that's a good starting point. I think that's a good starting point for
Was
like,
it-
you know, what is your theme song for college? Like what got you through 4 years, maybe like what, you know, got you through exams. You know what I'm saying?
that is today's episode, by the way. Is we're talking about our life's theme songs, not specifically TV shows, but songs that we resonate within our souls that have affected us in our lives. That's today. All right. Oh, we're starting with me or we're starting with Ryan?
I thought we'd go. I mean, I'm happy to whoever.
I can go first.
Yeah, go Ryan.
If you want me to.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
first.
Popcorn back and forth.
Yeah. All right. So the first song, probably if we're just going through college, I'd have to say "Every Day" by Machine Gun Kelly. It is from his General Mission album, which is his sophomore project.
Okay.
Excellent.
After
rap.
Lace Up, right?
After Lace Up.
All right.
So it was Lace Up. The album was 2012, and then General Mission was like September, October of 2015. And
So it's still come up like it's
Yeah.
still like Homeboy is still grinding clearly.
Oh, it's like if you haven't, I would say most people listen to General Mission first if you're like trying to like figure out if you're gonna enjoy his music.
Oh.
Because I think General Mission is like his Eminem show where it's like just
I
like
hear
him
that.
at like peak form.
Yeah.
Where he's like he has songs like Spotlight, which is how it starts, Alpha Omega, Merry Go Round, Eddie Kane. This song has a song called Ounce on there. He has music for everybody and everything.
In every moment. Like
every
like
moment.
you know, when you're in the office and you're trying to think about whether or not you gonna be selling drugs or you selling insurance.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you're gonna be like
Lol.
you like just he has like and every day is a song about just like facing your problems and just like moving through them. Like the chorus of I'm facing problems every day, and it's just like just gotta keep up and like get up and
Keep
keep
grinding,
going
yo.
and keep going and keep
Yo.
going and like
Yo.
one day it'll all work out, but you gotta get there first. So that's probably I would say that was the one that got me through most things in college.
I feel that. I feel
Just from
that.
like emotional like crying standpoint.
you know,
So it
you
wasn't-
gotta let it
Yeah.
out. Like
Yeah,
let
it's just like one of those days. I just throw that on and like walk around campus and be like, you know what, it's gonna be good.
BSC is a good campus to listen to music and walk around on.
Oh,
So
facts.
It's definitely small enough.
that's for
Yeah,
sure.
this is true.
With a lot of hills.
Hills.
Jeremy, why don't you go next? I think you should go next.
Well, I can. I mean, as you guys know,
You gotta put up
everyone
on
in
the
the room.
spot a little bit.
A little bit, but not really, because
Okay.
I was thinking about it while you were talking, because you know I don't listen to hip hop for real. So
No.
I had time to think while you guys were discussing. Yeah, all of that. But literally for my college experience, I guess, because I made it all the way through freshman year and a month of sophomore year,
Hell yeah, you did.
and then I went to the workforce because broke.
Well, BSC's
Expensive. Expensive. Not
Still
expensive.
paying
It's
for it.
expensive. Bruh.
Still paying for it.
Hella. But I was a bit of a party boy in
You
college.
knew how to throw down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I still kind of do when the time is right, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But back in college, definitely freshman year, and going basically to the one frat that I felt accepted people for being themselves was ATO.
Yeah,
and their parties and stuff, and being a pledge there, and all that jazz. With the parties that we did there, I think one theme song that kind of resonated with me and people probably associate me with is "Hey Ya,"
bruh.
by Outkast.
That's iconic. If you were on BSC's campus between the years of 2014 and like 2019, you witnessed a Jeremy "Hey Ya" at least once.
At least once, every time, because that song would come on. I didn't even plan it. Like the very first time it came on, it just so happened I was under the influence of certain things, college. Allegedly.
You were underage. You didn't drink.
I was,
Allegedly.
But no, everyone knows the part where he goes into the speech. And, and most people don't know the actual speech. They just kind of wait until the shake it part.
Yeah, right.
Just so happens that I grew up with my parents. Thanks, Mom, first of all, for playing this album back and forth when we had to clean the house. So I actually knew that song back and forth. So by that time it came on, I actually stood up on top of the bar that we had in the basement, and I forgot if we had a mic in the basement or not, but I don't know.
You had a mic. I know you had a mic.
It was
every time I saw it, you had a mic.
Hey, okay.
I
had a mic apparently.
My man was
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I allegedly had a mic. But I had the mic in my hand, and of course I just went through it. Everyone was looking up at me, and
the mad hype, bro.
Yeah, it turned into the party was at a 9.5, and I brought it up to it.
I definitely witnessed this once.
The party would have been at like a 7 or 8, and then like once Hey Ya came on, it came up to the 9.5s and 10s.
I mean, you have a tendency to shut down or liven up a dance floor.
It depends on what happens. Yeah, we'll get to that theme song later because I know exactly what you're talking about. Boy. Just to shorten that story, Hey Ya by Outkast is definitely my freshman year, my college.
I respect that so hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like the best throwback for college, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. No matter what, like when you go to college, especially like if you go to college now, you can still put on Hey Ya. People
still play it
crazy
forever.
But then you remember the lyrics, and you're like,
we don't think about the lyrics. Don't think about the lyrics until you get to the end part where homeboy has to go hard and shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Shake it.
Yeah.
Shake
it. Shake
I think about the lyrics.
Miriam is a lyricist at heart. It's all about the lyrics for her.
Dropping bars.
Fair enough.
How about
Crying
them pumped
in
up
the
kicks
club.
though?
Just crying in the club. What?
How about them pumped up kicks? Exactly.
Oh, this is a whole. We could do a whole episode about pumped up kicks.
Or happy sounding songs, but not so happy
not
sounding
so
lyrics.
Not so happy sounding lyrics. I hear that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yes, I partied in college, but for some reason I don't necessarily like associate the song that I got through college with partying, because like I don't remember a lot of the moments where I was partying in the songs and whatnot. Allegedly. But
junior year.
Marty's Yahoo Sunshine, and this is like the song came out like in the summer. It was for like I think the world of the Olympics or one of the World Cups that year, and this song got me through sophomore year finals. And I can remember like waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, like getting ready to study for finals, like pop this song in, walking from the apartments to the library, just having this song on repeat. Like I straight up, it was the motivation that I needed to get through sophomore year fall finals, because that was the weed out year for my grade, for my major. It was incredibly trying, but like keep on moving, like to the first day is done, like these lyrics that just were they were uplifting, man. Like Marty's Yahoo does that though, right? Like that's
all the time.
That's his bag
all the time.
And like the song that he has with Grizz right now, that shit bops. Like it's not as memorable as what's the one song that everybody knows by him that's about gun violence?
You could have asked me that. No, you could have not asked me. I could have been like, "It's this song," but then you asked me, and I don't remember.
Well, it's a less popular song of his, but at the same time, like if you hear it, you know it. And that was my college.
This is gonna bother me now until I figure it out.
Marty's Yahoo.
I don't think it's in his top 5 on Spotify.
How you spell that?
Matis.
There it is.
Oh, all one word. Okay.
Matisse Yahoo.
One day.
it's
All my life I've been waiting for. I've been praying for.
I would not have expected that to be his number 1 on Spotify.
102 million streams.
I would have thought it was going to be King Without a Crown or Sunshine. But wow.
That's
Well,
3
it's
and
the
4.
world. That's
Yeah.
that like world game song. Like it
Yeah.
was like that whole peace movement. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was like a big song in that. But yeah, Sunshine. I'm pretty sure it's off the same album as One Day, and
It is.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
But especially if you're feeling down in the dumps and you're just
Akon's
like, I
on
need
One
that
Day?
motivation. Yeah, Madi Yahoo works with people, bro. Like people.
Oh, yeah. He gets features.
Mhm.
For sure.
Mhm.
All right.
He's a Jewish rapper, basically.
Snap it up. All right.
Jewish hip hop and R&B.
With a budget.
I'm going to say that Beastie Boys were Jewish.
They
Mac
were rap-
Miller.
Yeah, Mac Miller was Jewish.
Yes, he was.
Wow.
Mac Miller was Jewish.
He was raised Jewish. He didn't necessarily identify as Jewish, but he
This is
was
true.
raised in a Jewish household. He identified as Buddhist, but
Fascinating. Miriam's reading the book on Mac Miller
I've
at the
already
moment.
read the book.
Yeah, she's read the book on Miller's life.
But I
She's
actually
on
have
the
an answer
fourth or
to this
fifth
one.
read of the book.
I have an answer to this one.
Oh,
I
what's your
would
call
love
Miriam?
To shift the vibe from you all's songs, mine was definitely Unlost by The Main. Off of their American Candy album. I had it on vinyl. I played it on my record every morning getting ready for class.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was that angsty bitch.
Damn.
But
She said on
Phase Mom.
She said on vinyl, y'all.
I
That's
did. Yes.
The 17-inch.
This is how music was supposed to be listened to.
I don't know what to tell you, but that's where I listened to it, and that was Allie Mae can attest to that as my roommate. Shout out to her.
Yo, shout out Ali Mae.
Shout out Allie Mae.
Listen to the podcast.
Tell her that she got shouted out. I bet she listened to it.
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell her.
And then listen to the rest of them.
Yeah, every last one, every episode, season 1 through season 2.
Yo, we have a Philippine listener. Oh, BT Dubs out of I've told y'all off podcast, but I can say it officially on podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts now.
iTunes.
Oh, shout out
Now
Apple.
Figured that out, so you can
It
listen to
was
us on
pretty-
Apple
it
now.
was pretty
Y'all could have
simple.
told us it was that easy. Y'all could have
For real.
told
Ain't
us.
nobody told us.
Ain't
We were
nobody
just
commented on the
no
Instagram post.
no help. We were on our own. Terrible.
They want to
That-
see us make it, but they don't want to help.
Demons. But that moves us on to.
They wasn't with us shooting in the gym.
You're right, but we out of college now.
So what's next? Like, I mean,
We out of college.
of
About
college?
2017, 2018.
what are
We're
you
adults.
thinking? What are you thinking? Like coming into your like
Early 20s.
early
Coming in the
20s.
early
I mean,
20s, like
I personally-
graduation.
Yeah, I
like,
say, y'all
like
been
post
graduating.
2018.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Well, the
I've
first.
been in the workforce for about 3 or 4 years.
Let's just
About
say
the point.
early 20s.
Can I say an album instead of
I think that's fair.
just a song? I'm gonna
soundtrack?
say Ammo or Ammo by Bring Me the Horizon.
Ooh.
My boy,
Probably,
my boy.
which is their 20. I believe it was either late 2018 or early
I
2019.
think it was 2018. I think it came out at the end of 2018.
But if you've listened to rap, you know it was my number 1 for that year, and that was the album that got me through my cruise ship contract because I went to work after I graduated. I worked for Royal Caribbean Cruise Line for a year or so, 2019.
No, it was January 2019.
Yeah, and there was some turmoil towards the end of my contract, and that album came out and saved my life. And it's just beautiful, and I've been listening to Bring Me the Horizon for years, and I had never would have thought or like heard them to do something like that.
What genre is for the people that don't know?
So
That's a good question.
Because like,
I was gonna let him talk.
no, because like for real, like the thing about it, it's kind. I mean, when I hear "Bring Me the Horizon," I think automatically like angsty, heavy metal.
Yeah.
like
That's
This
the,
was
that's
like-
the vibe I'm catching from the picture.
So from
But-
like their early stuff was like death metal, and then it got like progressively more hardcore until it kind of got into like the hard rock era with the album before Ammo, and then Ammo came out, and it was basically this really dark pop album, almost in the lane of like When We Fall Asleep,
Like-
Where Do We Go by Billie Eilish.
like pop punk kind of. No.
No. It
Like
is
alternative pop.
like
almost.
alternative pop,
Yeah.
but it's like really dark. And he screams. He doesn't scream that much on this one.
Sure.
But Sugar Honey Iced Tea, he screams, and then my favorite moment is at the end of Heavy Metal, which is a song that's probably their most electronic to date. They're talking about how like
they bring them to electronic music festivals a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because they've evolved past like their Warped Tour days, and they go through the entirety of heavy metal, and there's like not even a lick of them being like metalheads anymore. And then there's like a whole beatbox breakdown, and then at the end it starts to get chuggy, and you hear the beginning of like a classic Ollie Sykes like deep roar, and the song just stops, and I was like, that's hilarious. And then the post-human survival horror came out, and he like fully screams again, so it was kind of like him teasing that a little bit,
right? That's cool.
But definitely, if you haven't listened to post-survival horror, it's really good. They have a song on there with called King Slayer with Baby Metal, and it is an anime intro.
Metal. Yeah, I know Baby Metal.
It is a full anime intro. Like they talk about like Montero by Lil Nas X working with everything. King Slayer works with every single anime.
I'm with that.
It's insane.
That's that like hype stuff.
Too, right? Like,
absolutely.
That's
just ready to start.
I'll show it to you once we get done recording,
Metal.
because it just goes and drives. It's really, really good.
We're gonna do that.
Baby Metal talked about chocolate.
Sure did. Sure did.
Hardcore chocolate. You feel me? Little 9-year-old baby girls. Loved it.
Dude, I didn't realize how big they were for a while.
That one video that I saw.
I mean, that's
it's got
like over like 1 billion views.
But it was a live performance, and it was just like packed,
like
BTS
stadiums,
packed.
they are huge.
The following isn't. I mean, like when you find that like niche genre of music, like it's always bringing people out the woodwork.
Truth.
Like I mean,
truth.
So like we went to Gray Show, right? Like I showed my cousin this the visual of it and like the video that I had taken, and I was like, yeah, he's playing the saxophone, and my family friend was like, I cannot believe this guy that plays this white guy that plays the saxophone is filling stadiums.
Yup.
Yeah. I'm so happy for him.
But it's like that niche thing, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have that like keyed in on like that sound, it'll bring everybody out of the woodwork.
Yeah. But I
So
guess
what you got next, or should I go? Should I go this time, or you want to go?
I
have an idea.
all right. What's your idea?
So like 2018 was when I was in grad school, and straight
You
up
were in
like
grad
that was it. Like I was grind time. So
Jay did that extra work.
and Logic became big. Like Logic like broke out. He had his like 1800 songs. So everybody that whole Ryan did an album. So I'm gonna do an
Everybody
album.
want to live. Everybody want to dream.
Exactly. And I mean, this is like me finally getting like exposed to the whole. I mean, the fact that I got a biracial rapper talking about being biracial, and I'm sitting here like
On every track, on every
Hey, did y'all know Logic
song.
was biracial?
No.
Listen to the next song. He's gonna tell you about it.
If you didn't know Logic was biracial, then you don't listen to Logic.
Either that or you only listen to that one song that he did on Rick and Morty when he was
Right.
talking about Noob. That's it.
Bruh.
Or 1-800.
I don't think he talks about it in the 1-800 song. Like I
He
don't,
doesn't.
I don't think he talks about it in that one. It's like the only.
He just says he
one-
wants to die today.
Just wants to die today.
It's a brilliant song.
It is a good song.
It starts with like it's a progression. It's a story, and you like that. And I like. And
I like
we
that. I work
that.
hard every motherfucking day.
Bro. Every day
With Marshmello?
bro.
With Marshmello.
I got to see Marshmello that year at Shaky Beats, and he played that song, and it was lit. It was mad lit. But that was actually the song that I had written down for my like the song of that year for my theme song was Every Day, because I was grinding. I was driving between Birmingham and Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
I was like going to school. I was working at Your Pie with you on the weekends.
Oh yeah, that's when I was at Your Pie.
Man,
TBT.
bruh, bruh, Marche.
It's the delay that makes it funny.
Yeah. So Your Pie. That was wow.
What a saga!
What a saga. I went through a plethora of music during Your Pie, from Your Pie Homewood to Your Pie Uptown.
Your Pie Homewood was the spot.
It was.
No
But
business. We just hung out in that thing.
hey, don't be saying all the secrets. I don't work there no more. But
If you ain't never worked at a non-busy restaurant, it's great. It's
hey,
so
Homewood
good.
was a spot for like non-busy restaurants. Like,
We had whole Rick and Morty nights. Like we would
yo,
watch.
that was when like Rick and Morty. It was like season three.
Because it was like after like the really long delay.
Yeah, and it was hella hyped up, and we were like, it was the height of Rick and Morty. And
we would work the night shift, finish up the night shift. Everybody would come back after like they changed from the night shift and watch.
Come back, and we watch Rick and Morty, and then go home, and like,
dope.
It was a good time.
No, it's called camaraderie with your employees, which
Jeremy knew how to build and instill like that team mentality.
No, we like to work together.
That on your resume?
Teamwork,
something like that. Maybe.
Rick and Morty nights.
Man, if that song was out there. Yeah,
believe it.
but during I think all of Your Pie, just that whole era. I think that's when I mean Hamilton the album, like if we're going albums, Hamilton had already been out since 2014.
But
at that
the
point.
mixtape came out.
Well, no one 2016. Sorry, but just the original soundtrack, Hamilton. Like I hadn't listened to it until a solid like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And so that whole album was basically that Your Pie era, and that's when I like got hella into Hamilton, listened to it literally every day, every waking moment of my life for a solid year and a half. On top of going out with friends and going to the Southern Rooftop Bar.
Hey, I was gonna say, if you don't mention like Bruno Mars during that period.
Oh no, I mean that's the single theme song for like my going out times, and
like that was it. Like that was the bop. Like we were out there, and
but I had to do my album because y'all did albums. I had to fill my album in.
You can supplement.
You're right. Also that, but
you used 2 albums. That's 24K Magic and
literally
Hamilton.
No, both of.
I think both of them were 2016.
They both came out in 20. Yeah, well, no, yes, I believe so. Either way, Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic was my that was my like that
party
whole album.
That
was my party theme song. The whole album was my party theme song for until the pandemic hit. Essentially. Like,
true.
I mean,
2016, yeah.
2016, yeah. And I mean, Jay already tested me on it a couple episodes back where, like, I could still name every single song.
Impressive.
And it, like, I can go through it, and that still, by far, is my all-time favorite album by Bruno Mars. It's short, which that's the only gripe I have about that album is that it's too short. It's 30 minutes. I needed to be another 30 minutes of that
that's
magic.
Real. That's real.
But yeah, that's
why you got Silk Sonic. So you can go from 24 Karat Magic.
And that's what I did when Silk Sonic came out. I played Silk Sonic, and like I literally went from like their version of the 70s to their version of the 80s, which was literally Silk Sonic to 24 Karat Magic.
That's dope. That's a mix right there, bro.
Yeah,
a hard mix.
Yeah, but we hadn't gotten to 2021 yet. But yeah, Miriam, you got something for post grad?
Yeah. Swimming by Mac Miller came out in 2018. And that was the only album I listened to for a solid year. So if I had to pick a song off of that album, it would be 2009. Because, you're reconciling with growing up. I was in therapy. I had started my therapy journey. So 2009 was definitely the song off that album. But that entire album, I mean... Thank you.
We applaud mental health.
Mental health, baby.
Thank you.
And positive mental health.
4 years straight. Thank you. Going strong. Shout out to my therapist.
We love Donna.
But yes.
Shout out to the podcast, Donna.
I don't know if she does. I gotta send it to her. I gotta send it over to her.
Come on.
Tell her she shout out. Yeah. But yeah, swimming, Mac Miller. That was.
Now, when did he go to be in the studio in the sky? When was that?
That was
that was
2018 as well.
Yeah, because I was on the cruise ship when that
September
found out.
September 7th.
Yeah.
So before we go into the 2020s, like the late, like closer to now, can we back it up?
Yeah.
Can we back
Depends
it
on
up?
what you want to back it up to.
I want to back it up to elementary school.
Elementary school?
I want to back it up, bro. I want to back it up.
Elementary school.
I'm challenging people.
All right.
Because like these are like I had an idea. Is what happened.
Do we have the time for it?
Yeah, we got 15 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm saying. I mean, we got content on content.
Mambo number 5. I stole it. Mambo number 5 was that song for me. In elementary school, I knew every word. I love that song.
That song was my shit, and it was on the.
Jeremy was shook.
That song, because no, it was on the it was a Disney version on the VHS of an extremely goofy movie. No, on a goofy movie. Like literally after the credits, like I knew I was one of those post-credit babies. Like before Marvel hit, I'm letting you know that now. It was literally Mama Number 5, Lou Bega with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, and Daisy, and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like he was talking about like Mickey, Minnie. He made it kid friendly.
I remember that. Oh my gosh, I
That
remember that.
was
That was a deep
rated
memory.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard Mama Number 5, and then I heard the real version. I'm like, oh, this is nothing like the Disney version. I fell in love with it even more. I'm like,
We were living in
Why
the.
do I feel? I'm surprised it was so happy, Miriam. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn, I haven't been a miserable child my whole life.
See, I was miserable.
It was moving to America. That's what did it for me. Now, growing up in Saudi, Mom would always, when we'd come in the summer, she would just buy the like album that year of the top hits.
Okay.
And so
that's what I call music.
2000. Now that's what I call like the pop hits. It was the Grammy album of 2001. That album still fucking slaps.
2001 was a great
It was a great
period
year for music.
Sure.
yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
For the nostalgia.
What are your thoughts, Jeremy?
For the nostalgia.
This brought up that this isn't my song, but do you guys remember the Sesame Street version of the Macarena?
No.
What? Please. Describe.
It's literally just the Macarena, but like
So it's not
like
the-
the
it's not-
characters from Sesame Street do ad libs on it.
I was gonna say,
So it's like Tiger's Macarena?
but the Macarena is about a girl being a hoe.
Show is.
And then there's on
Show
Sesame, like there was like
Working,
New
working
York.
on the
like,
street.
it was like it's like it was in Spanish. I didn't know Spanish. I was
brought to you
3.
by the letter W.
But like we were like we would go outside, and I remember going to my it was like the first neighborhood I lived in. We had a party with like my next door neighbor, and that was like the song that played over and over again because none of us spoke Spanish, and also none of us like we were like oh, it's Big Bird. And I was like, hey, this was like, and they played it on Radio Disney. Like it was like it would go like "That's the Way It Is" by Celine Dion to "Something" by Britney Spears to the Macarena, and then just it would go
every
on from there.
Spanish-speaking immigrant in the country just is sitting here listening to like the
playing on
Disney
Radio
Radio
Disney.
Disney
on Radio
Like, all
Disney.
you can think is just like they're in on the joke, and no one told us.
Also, if you remember
Didn't
Radio
know what-
Disney, you deserve a senior discount with the rest of us. That's all I'm saying.
We go to the early bird special on the Radio Disney.
Yo.
Meet us at Denny's at 3 p.m.
If you remember
for the early
Jump
bird
5.
special.
Denny's. Not
Are we
Denny's.
going to? We got to go to the good Denny's.
Exactly.
Like you remember if the name Jump 5 means anything to you.
My God.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh,
What are your
man.
childhood
literally
songs?
backing me into a corner here. I'm like,
So, just my childhood songs, I'd probably say the one that stands out the most to me is probably "In the End" by Linkin Park.
Love it.
Linkin Park is my all-time favorite band. That is an all-time classic. It is top 100 songs of all time on any list. That one too. But honestly, that entire album is insane.
Make me feel so seen.
Dude, I'm glad. I mean, I wasn't allowed to like listen to rap a lot. So like doing so like I could listen to rap like coming home from basketball practice with my dad was like the time where he would be like, you still need to be exposed to this because I don't want you to go out and be a fucking psycho.
And lame.
So like you need to know
know.
like you need to know these songs. So like we would come back and I would hear, and it being Atlanta, it would we had V103 the People Station.
Right.
And it would be like Young Jock and like
about to say,
early
you
Ted
Atlanta,
Rod.
like,
yeah.
how are you-
It was like Atlanta rap.
how
Like
are
I knew
you,
T.I.
but like, how are you able to? Not able to, but like, how are you not given the opportunity to listen to rap when you were literally in the hub?
Because my
where
parents
rap-
were like, you are a
Southern rap
6-year-old
originated.
child. You do not need to hear this.
Fair.
You don't need to know
Fair.
about all of these.
Like,
But,
so like I
but
got
in
older,
Atlanta, I feel like if you 3, you should know.
like you can't escape
Out-
it. Like
yeah,
there's no way to
out-
escape it.
No outcast.
Yeah.
Right?
By the
Like,
time you're 3 years old in Atlanta, you better.
But like by the time like I was in like 4th or 5th grade, Andre 3000 had done Class of 3000. So
Right.
they were like, you can listen to Outkast.
exposed
Right.
to
Yeah.
exposed. Yeah.
It's like I was like learning. So like I knew the entire I knew all of it's going down by Young Jock. As I was like 8 years old. So it wasn't like I couldn't like it wasn't like just forbidden. It was just like wait till you get older
That's fair.
and you can
Okay.
understand what they're
That's
talking about.
okay.
My grandparents
But,
had
like-
a different take on it.
Yeah, but like I knew like What You Know by
think
T.I.
about
like front to back. I knew like I remember seeing the Migos in early in high school. Like
Told
it
us that
was
story.
just
Told that story.
yeah. But like we
Sound like
have
freaking Garage
like
Party. I'm mad.
my parents, like I also probably from childhood, I'll say the album With Roots Above and Branches Below by The Devil Wears Prada was what's kind of
wow.
introduced me to like the scene. Like the scene.
Yeah.
'Cause
Scene.
they were like, you can't listen to that at church. But we were like trying to be sneaky, and we're like, ooh, what can we do? Since I can't listen to rap, what's the other side? And my friend was like, hey, here's this album. It's a Christian band, and I was like, okay, and I put it in, and I just heard. I was like, what is this? I kind of like it though. We should also.
It resonates with my energies and my vibrations.
It does. It does. And this is a whole other episode, but we can definitely talk about the Scene Kid to EDM pipeline.
Me and you, we got that without a doubt. It's a straight line.
I do got something from childhood.
Ooh,
What you got?
let me hear it. I'm excited.
Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Okay.
Was it To the Windows, to the Wall?
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
if you were a child in Birmingham
not
or
supposed
like
to hear that
no,
song.
hold on. If you were a child of color between that era of Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and you went to a skating rink party, which was adamant during the summers, like you
Required.
every other weekend, you were at the skating rink, you would hear that song, and it would be a clean version because you would hear all ski, 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 all ski, ski, and that's all you knew.
That's all you knew
until
that's
you
all
grew up.
You knew. That's true. That's true.
That's all you needed to know.
That's true.
And like all the rapping was just blah blah blah. That's all you knew from growing up. And
That's real. That's real. That's real.
I have a question, just because I wasn't from here. Was Party Like a Rock Star as big of a thing here
Middle
as it
school.
was?
Middle
school,
yeah.
for sure.
Middle school.
For sure it was.
Because we got that.
You didn't realize
Party
how
Like a
Yeah.
Rockstar, Ballin', and like
the Soldier Boy, crank that Soldier
Soulja
Boy,
Boy,
crank
crank
that.
Yeah,
They
those
crank
were
that.
it was huge.
Yes.
That was like
That
was
the
going on in
big
Mountain
three. That was like
Brook,
the
too.
big three of anime, but for hip hop.
But you knew, but the thing is, like, it was the black kids that started it. Because I remember, like, we were hanging out in the gym before school, and, like, you couldn't go to class before school. So everybody starts saying, we fly high, no lie. And then you would hear the pause, and then all the black kids at the other end of the gym would, boy! Like, you just knew it was, like, hype. Because,
See, here's the thing. Jay went to Homewood Middle School where it was integrated. I went to WJ Christian Middle School, which was Birmingham City School. I know what I said. I'm going to get canceled. Give me 3 days to come back. But
come on now.
But like I said,
It was integrated. Not segregated.
where it was black folk, it was black children and white children coming together to go to school. Jeremy, on the other hand,
black kids were on Lakeshore. That was it.
no, but Jeremy, on the other hand, went to WJ Christian where it was 98.9% black.
Facts.
So it was it wasn't no like black kids down the hallway singing that. It was we go to PE singing that, or we outside on field day, or anything like that. You either singing Crank That Soldier Boy, you either going across the hallway. Oh my God. And even the teachers are in on it too. So yeah, exactly. Like different perspectives on different sides of the table. I'm sorry.
So, well, I have similar to Ryan. I had an angsty childhood, and for real, straight up. And Miriam knows this about me. I know every lyric to every song in American Idiot by Green Day.
Oh, we can talk about Green Day.
We could talk about Green Day.
We can talk about Green Day.
Green Day. But
You know they all just turned 50?
They did.
they're old.
Every single member of that band is 50.
They've been around a minute.
But like
They are
and their
classic
music
rock
has-
now.
And their music has gone downhill ever since like American Idiot, really, in my
Nah, the second. What was the
Well,
album after that with
it
21
was the
Guns?
21st Century Breakdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was
it-
decent. It was decent.
It had a good song.
It did.
It had a couple. Know Your
Hey, good
Enemy.
song.
No,
I'm
your
weak.
enemy is off
Every
that.
song from that album that made the musical is a
True.
great song.
You
Fair
were
enough.
correct.
Fair
You were
facts.
correct.
Fair facts. But my friend and I, we would. Did y'all remember Kid Pics?
Oh yeah, I did.
Kid
Kid Pics.
Kid Pics was like this,
Come
like
on and play
online,
with Kid
like
Pics.
graphic design, like
Wow.
pre-Canva, like you could draw. It was like paint, but it was like upgraded.
Yeah, it was. It
Was
was.
this at school?
It was at school, and you could make stamps on this thing.
Birmingham City School didn't
You
have
fight. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
I had.
We had cess.net. If you remember cess.net or freeonlinegames.com, that's what we had.
You had Bebo, didn't you?
We definitely did.
Sure did.
Bebo.com. Bebo.
It's still a website. It's still
It is.
active.
No, they brought it back because it wasn't. It deactivated at one point.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need to skip ahead to
Hold
today.
on. But no, I gotta.
Do your story and then we skip ahead to today.
We would do we would listen to the album and then we would go on Kid Picks, and you could make stamps on Kid Picks, and I'm in 5th grade making Green Day stamps.
I'm jealous.
On Kid Picks, and I would just be
lit.
like making whole things for it. And bro, yes, Green Day, American Idiot, elementary school. My mom actually tried to give me a Ludacris album, an Eminem album, and I played the Ludacris album on my granddad's car, and she told me it was the clean version of the album. It was not. I didn't know what he was talking about, but
Which album, if you can remember?
dude, I don't know. I have no idea. It was because it had been, she had, like, it was like a blank disc. Like, it was just like, you know what I mean? It was, she had gotten it from a friend of a friend from a car.
Bootleg.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm that's what I'll say about that.
If I have to say my angsty one, Mama Number 5 when I was like 6 years old.
I was going to say Mama Number 5. Angsty one? All right,
Breaking Benjamin, Diary of Jane. That was, or 3 Days Grace.
Animal, Pain.
No, it was Pain. It was definitely Pain.
It blows my mind. This is also like a weird thing, but like it blows my mind that Pain, Animal Have Become, Riot, and Never Too Late are all on the same album.
Oh yeah, that album
is incredible.
That album is
1X is one of the greatest.
Is honestly one of the best
one of the
albums.
greatest albums of all time.
Truly,
it goes hard.
Truly.
It goes really, really hard.
Anyway, are we
We're
present day?
But
Are we
time jumping to 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022.
I'll just
The
speed
COVID
run
era?
it. The COVID round. I'll say "Sunny Days" by Alan Stone. If you don't know who Alan Stone is, please go listen to Alan
Check him
Stone.
out.
He's insanely good. He's a soul R&B soul singer. I would say "Well Traveled" by Masego, from his Study Abroad project. If you haven't listened to Study Abroad, please go listen to that. It's absolutely incredible from top to bottom. It came out in 2 parts. Well Traveled's on the extended edition, which I think is the only one that's available now. I'll say Mercy by Grizz from Wide Waves.
Well done.
Because that song is an absolute banger. It features Valentina Sai on vocals. Let's see, number 4, number 4 is a song that I found close to the end of last year, which is "Figured You Out" by Charles the First. That one's gonna be my next tattoo. R.I.P. Charles the First.
Are you gonna get his crown?
No, I'm gonna get in "Figured Out." He says, "When there's light peeking through you, don't keep me in the dark," and I'm gonna put that on my body. I don't know where yet, but that's gonna go somewhere.
So poetic.
Under
it's
the nipple.
so good.
Love the
it's
lyrics.
definitely not going under my nipple.
I mean, it's a pretty sacred place.
Yeah, and then I think tied for like this last 5 spot for the pandemic, I have to give it to the first one is Grizztronics 1 between Subtronics and Grizz, because the woo thing just makes me so happy.
Tickles your brain.
It does, in the best possible way.
I love it.
There was a song. It was one of the Grizz songs. I think it was Grizztronics. Or ooh, this should be hidden.
Yeah, that's Grizztronics.
Yeah, it was on an episode of Letterkenny.
It was.
Oh,
It was.
oh, good for him.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was like, wait, because they were in a
That's a
strip
popular
yeah.
freaking show
Yeah.
too, man.
They were in a strip club, but it was like look,
It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it came.
But because the thing is, they went to a strip club in America. That was the funny thing about it. So it's like they come to America and it's all of a sudden you just, for those who know Grizz, like as soon as it came on, it's just like, wait, this isn't, and then then it went to the drop. Oh, this should be hitting different. I'm like, oh, this Grizz.
Straight up how I felt watching Fast 7 when the Bass Nectar came on. Like
I was like, why is
what?
this
I was
here?
like, this
Like, what is happening?
This is not mainstream. I'm so sorry. Like, this did not just happen to me. Which at the time, before he got me too'd and canceled and everything, was lit. Like, I was like mad hype about it. Like, I will say the Bass Nectar was a large part of my life for a long time, and probably the soundtracks to many things.
Many things.
He was a large part of a lot of people.
But
don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, don't be a piece of shit.
Don't be a piece of shit.
Canceled and you won't be.
And that's all we're gonna say about Bass Nectar, because Bass Nectar.
But Riding Waves tour. Riding Waves was hands down one of the best albums that came through the pandemic, or like
it was before. It was
before the pandemic.
So Ride Waves came out in 2019, and then right before the pandemic, he did like all of the bangers, like bangers 1 through 4 came out.
He was finally building up that catalog to integrate it into his shows. And you knew it. You were like, I am so ready for you to like build this whole thing.
Oh
up.
man!
But the prayer off that album, and then the other song is.
It Gets Better.
It gets better.
Oh,
yeah, it's a
that
great
song made me feel good.
Yeah.
Great song. It does make you feel good. What's the other song? Can you send? I sent you a text message with songs.
You did.
My phone just died.
Daily routine, the prayer.
Yeah, daily routine. So daily routine is like right now. I'll bop that any time of the day. Like that is my
Factual.
like anthem to my work, anthem to like what I'm trying to do. Like we bring in the funk, man. Like we do with that. And then otherwise, to supplement that, I'd say "Damn" by Kendrick's "Damn." Like that still is like without a doubt
That's
one of the
one of his
albums.
best albums that he's ever put out,
won
man.
several awards for it.
we could talk about that.
Well, you got "Damn" versus "To Pimp a Butterfly," and that's a whole conversation.
Good Kid, Mad City.
I mean, it's a sophomore project.
That's his first like album.
Yeah.
But-
Before his
Yeah.
after his mixtape.
The man has put out good work.
But yeah, so those are I'd say those are my two biggest at the moment.
I guess I had to speed round mine. I can do a quick little story about Humble real quick because that was a point in
moment.
Sit
our
down.
lives. Yeah,
You picked a good lyric to quote for that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ryan. I don't think I've told you the story, and the listeners definitely haven't heard the story. But yeah, we're gonna have to extend the time a little bit on this one.
Already.
Yeah, bet. But it was before the pandemic, of course, and you're in your early 20s. Everyone goes out.
We going out. We getting lit.
Stuff like that.
We getting lit.
I dance. I can
You
bust
can,
moves.
you can move a little bit.
got a
Just
little bit of
I
Yeah.
mean, y'all see, I'm a big man, but I can still move. It's like Fat Albert. It's like I'm fat, but I'm fast. Like
It's always impressive.
Not Fat Albert.
Yeah, hey, that was my movie, man. That's another one. I actually did his song in the talent show, like the rap and everything.
Yeah.
That's another day. That's a story for another day. But yeah, that was dope.
Part 2.
Yep. But we were out of Innisfree, which one of the clubs out here in Birmingham, and there was this guy that was dancing. He was just dancing, battling.
Always out there. Always out there.
And he was. I think he was trying to battle people, or he had like a circle going on, and he had a little circle.
Yeah, a little circle.
A little circle going on, and then like
Jeremy had a little jiggle juice.
a little jiggle juice, but then also it was just like I was feeling confident that night. I was feeling good
Okay.
that night. It was a good night. I listened to my theme song, listened to 24 Karat Match before it went out, so I was feeling good. It was I think that was it was that I remember that we were heading out. Y'all were listening to something on your radio, but then I had my headphones in.
Yeah, you were.
So
in
I was
the zone.
I was actually like getting prepped for like a game, like
My boy,
headphones
my
in.
boy.
Yeah.
My boy was getting lit.
Yeah, so once we got out there, I saw the guy, and like I had never met him before, and he was dancing, had the little circle going on. Of course, people were like, "Yeah,
People knew
cool."
him. He was popular.
Yeah, and then Humble came on, and it was just like, "All right, cool." And like for some reason, Humble just like spoke to my soul at that moment.
Sure did, man.
Did you hit him with a little crump?
Oh, it was more than a little crump. It was more so like I was.
Sit down,
It was literally
bro.
like I was dancing, it was dance, da. I was hitting it like dancing. People were just like, "Oh my god, oh wow, what?" Like they were surprised. They didn't expect anybody to like go up against that guy.
Yeah,
'cause that guy was like he was the dancer at Industry, and I was just going up. I was matching his levels, and like he was just standing there. And then like literally, it got to the point. My left stroke just went viral. Literally, my move was like.
He hit this.
I hit this move. It was like a little shake.
shit.
It was like a little washing machine. Yeah, like it was like a little washing machine shit. And it was like my left stroke just went viral. Boom! And it was like everyone just like went crazy.
Let's go.
He hit this man. He literally put his. He was
Like
standing.
I put my knee up and I was like, sit down
and like
be
hit him with the
humble.
move, bro. Like he like
Yeah,
hit him hard.
I like that. That is the day that I shut down Innisfree. I became
Dance floor.
I,
No one touched the dance floor.
I
for like
became
a solid
yeah.
5 minutes.
I
bro. Like,
I
it was
became the
hot.
owner of Innisfree for that night. Like
That's amazing.
essentially how that night played
That's
out.
amazing.
There's been a number of those nights, mind you, since then.
Yeah.
but that night was
That was the start.
iconic.
That
That was your coming out moment.
Yeah, no, that was the goddamn he on some shit kind of yeah. But yeah, that was the main story. But then like my little speed round of my other theme songs. I know one that like I did when I was working at Sprint/T-Mobile, and that was like killing me on my mental health. Was PSGFY by Grizz and Cherub. Yeah, because if you work in customer service, you know. Fucking kids. You know. But yeah, no, them customers were on another level. So yeah, it was funky, but also it portrayed the message that I really wanted to get out to the people, especially like when I was about to quit. And I'm just like, I'm done. Yep, I'm done with all y'all. So there's that. There's AJR was getting like I discovered them in like 2019, and then it just became hella super fan real quick. Their whole Neo Theater album is probably my favorite album. With like, Neo Theater, and then Weak is probably one of my favorite ballads about them. Then, like I said, Neo Theater, the whole album, and get into like 2021, 2022, past the pandemic and everything, like the Silk Sonic album. Yep. Of course, that's that groove. And that's it kind of coincides with like our podcast and everything. It's just kind of like all the songs that I listen to now, they kind of coincide with our podcast. They coincide with just my life, like not recently, but one song that I'm really digging right now is "Broke" by Teddy Swims. Yeah, and it's it's called "Broke," and it's the ironic part of like you have money, but like when you have a bunch of money, you already ready to spend it. It's like hot in your pocket. So that's how I feel, but not really, because I mean I am living out on my own, so I have money. You adult, but I'm broke.
Yup.
Yes, he is.
So you're a millennial.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's
the only Thomas Rhett song I like too.
Yeah, the remix with Thomas Rhett is dope. Like I like both versions.
You don't want a beer with Jesus? That's one of my favorite country songs.
Shh.
I mean, if we want to do like my guilty pleasure country song is "Drinking Beer, Bracing Bullets" by Luke Bryan, because I think that song is hilarious, and there's an insane guitar solo in it. But
my guilty pleasure
also anything by Home Free, because they're a cappella group, and it's not really country since they're a cappella, but they're definitely a country group.
Right. My guilty pleasure country would probably be "Shake It," the country girl "Shake It."
Country
girl, shake it for me. Girl. Also Luke Bryan.
So Luke Bryan is
a guilty pleasure for men.
Well, Luke Bryan is stock country music for current.
Yeah, if you had an AI just listen to like bro country and then create their own country singer, you would get Luke Bryan.
I'd say that the Bo Burnham country song is one of my favorite country songs.
This is true. Didn't you get to see that live?
I did.
I'm forever jealous about that.
I have a signed poster.
I'm really jealous
in
about
my
that.
office. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was iconic.
Oh, Miriam, do you have any final songs, theme songs to round us out before we go to commercial break?
Sure. Sponsors? I mean, Jack Harlow from Confetti to Sweet Action to That's What They All Say. I mean, yeah, definitely those.
You know every word to every song on that album. And I know this because I witnessed it.
I know every word to all three of his most recent projects. Actually, no. I know all the lyrics to all of his songs. Yeah, I can confidently say that.
This is what we call a stan, people. She knows all of it.
Jack Harlow stan right here.
Jack Harlow,
Talk your shit.
Come on, Jack Harlow.
Come on, Jack.
Fun fact, I know Mary probably has mentioned this before, but she was featured on the Creme de la Creme tour. She had her face on stage with Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow noticed her from the stage. And was
hashtag the one in white.
Yep.
That's forever my nickname.
That's so sick.
Those albums, and then I'm gonna say "Motion Sickness" by Phoebe Bridgers. That was the song of 2019 for me. Mm-hmm. And then "Happier Than Ever" Billie Eilish. I just love that song. It fucking hits. It hits so hard.
The whole album's really good.
It's so good.
It exceeded my expectations.
I really didn't have high expectations, but it was.
There's a cover of "Bad Guy" that like I heard on Umbrella Academy.
I love that cover.
Send that to me.
That cover's good.
And then I'll say my song for this year is "Get Your Wish" by Porter Robinson from his Nurture album. 10 out of 10
Shout out
album.
Porter.
Shout out.
Don't wait 8 years before you make another album.
Well, he's getting married, so I feel like he might be inspired.
It's gonna be a while.
We just need him. Like if he gets married and has a kid, I cannot have him do Ed Sheeran things, because Ed Sheeran has put out the worst dad album of all time.
Facts.
You know, Miriam,
don't get me started on Ed. Don't get me started on the failure Ed Sheeran has
how the mighty have fallen.
So far, he did a TikTok live.
That's like your childhood too.
So it's the 10-year anniversary of Plus, which is his first album, and
popular.
One of my favorite albums of all time.
That's the one with You Need Me, I Don't Need You.
Yeah.
Is that 18?
Yeah. Oh, come on
18,
now.
yeah. So he did a TikTok live and he was playing off like requests from comments and I'm like, bro, this is all we need. We need you and your guitar and your loop pedal. We don't need whatever else you're trying else to do. That was your thing. Anyway, that's all. Yeah. That's it.
He just needs to get back to it.
He really does.
Yeah, but you guys could definitely listen to these songs and all these suggestions that we've heard. We are slowly curating a playlist.
Please tell us some of the songs that, accented your childhood, accented your high school and college experience,
Accented your adulthood. And,
Your theme songs.
yeah, what is your theme song, everyone? Let us know. You can let us know in the comments because I will be posting this on YouTube as well. Look at these pretty faces. You can hear the pretty face to the side. But yeah, like I said, we will have this curated on the playlist. I created a Blerd Survival Guide profile, so
Woo!
that's going to be an official Blerd
on
Survival
then.
Guide
Come
theme
on
song
now.
playlist.
Come on now.
We doing things.
on
Other
Making
than that,
moves?
Yeah, we can go on and on though.
Go on and on.
But what we're going to do now is take a quick break. You're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Anchor, and then we'll be right back with the weekly Blerd. Be right back, guys. Hey guys, it's Jeremy here to talk to you about Anchor, the free podcast tool that you all need. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, like I said, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or your phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So guys, go ahead and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm on your computer to get started.
It's time for the weekly Blerd.
Ain't no issue.
Making you earn that paycheck.
What paycheck?
The future one
Shit.
that's coming.
So what?
It's like an iceberg. All the work you don't see, and then the work you do.
Well, we're just on the uphill battle of our personal Mount Everest.
That's a life. That's the story of life right there. Well, welcome back, everybody.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. You know what time it is. It's time for the weekly blurb. And, this is that time where we discuss things that have happened or
To us,
any
and-
news,
yeah.
any news in the nerddom, blurtdom that you can think of. Do we want our guest to go first?
Come on,
Not our guest,
come
but
on.
our audio engineer, in-house audio visual
Slash guest?
engineer.
Yeah, come
slash
on.
guest.
Yeah, I can go first. So my weekly blurb is going to be about my other podcast, Wrapped.
Betrayal! No, I'm kidding.
So Wrapped is a music podcast, as we mentioned earlier, and we just talk about new music and music that interests us and just interesting things that we found within music.
How long have y'all been doing the podcast?
This is going to be year 3.5, because we took an awkward amount of time off,
Sure.
just because life happened.
As it does.
Of course.
So I'm going to say this is 3.5, but next year is going to be our 4th time doing the top list
100?
next year. Yeah.
Right.
Which is going to be fun.
It's a big project that y'all do every year.
It is. We've already started listening to them. I think I've got 12 on my list so far. So hopefully it's going to be like a good year for music. But every year we do a top list where we listen to throughout the year, and we just grade. We have a grading scale, and we listen to albums and just come up with what we like best. In I think it's a very efficient manner. But it's just really cool to get to talk about music, and all of our lists end up being a little different.
Right.
This was actually the first year that we'd all had the same album at the same number in the countdown, which was hilarious. I'm not going to say which album, but it took us all by surprise.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because y'all aren't talking about it in between.
No, not at all.
I want to try and guess.
I don't think you're going to get it. Because it was not what I thought it was going to be. Because I thought they had it way higher than me. And they were like, oh, we thought you had it higher than us. And I was like, I don't know. But then we were talking about it. We were trying to plan out what we were going to do for the next episode. And we all started going through albums. And I was like, for my 25, I have. And he was like,
Hey,
Colton was like,
is
for
it your
real?
number 25?
Yeah, this is my number 25. But he was like, Colton was like, for real? Because I have as my number 25. And Adam goes, y'all aren't going to believe this.
Oh,
But it's my number 25 too. So it was really cool. But I found a lot of cool music through them, and they found a lot of cool music through me. We try to make it diverse, so it's not just a top. It's not 150 rap albums,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
But it's a mix of rock, rap, electronic music, R&B, country. It's a little bit. There's some jazz on there
That's what
this
happens
time.
when you bring
yeah.
three individuals with
From
their
three
own,
distinct walks of life. To
Exactly.
it, yeah. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's really good.
It's really easy to listen to because y'all really go into you even sample the music within the podcast, and so it's not just straight talking about the music, right?
Yeah.
That
You can
breaks
hear
it
the
up a
stuff,
little
yeah.
bit.
I know we're doing a couple episodes in the future. Like we're gonna do an episode on like The Weeknd and specifically The Weeknd's music videos and how that is created his own like cinematic universe.
That's a whole. That's
It's a whole world that he's created.
Yeah, because
I want to go see that album on.
it's gonna be
when it
good.
tours.
I don't know how much money I'm gonna have to spend to go see that
You wanna
tour,
go see it in Nashville?
but is it in Nashville?
It's gonna be in Nashville. It's a
I was
stadium
probably gonna go
tour.
to Atlanta
Okay.
to see
Let's
that
go.
Yeah,
Mercedes
I want to go
Benz.
to the one in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's probably gonna do if it's a stadium tour, he's gonna do Mercedes Benz, and it's gonna be
Let's go.
huge. But
Huge.
I'll definitely I'll
Huge.
drop a little bit
we
of a
saw how
bag.
big that he went for the Super Bowl, and that was all his money.
Yeah,
I mean, that was the only. He didn't even get to tour the album either.
He didn't.
Like
No,
that
he
was
didn't.
like the only
That was his
performance.
tour.
Yeah.
I was gonna like he had the whole After Hours tour, and then the pandemic happened, and he got impatient and recorded a whole another album
I mean,
And
it was also
because the new tour is called After Hours to Dawn FM.
until dawn. Yeah,
It was also Grammys were being kind of shitty too.
yeah.
Mm.
Because After Hours didn't get any nominations,
That's tragic.
and it
It
should
was
have.
It was a fantastic
Straight
album.
tragic.
It should have.
That's
It should have gotten
racism.
Record
That's
of the Year
racism.
nomination. It might not have won, but it should have been nominated for
Nominated for
record,
something,
album, song, like the whole
Right,
thing.
right,
Like
right.
Blinding Lights is still on the charts
And still on TikTok.
and still on TikTok. It's Blinding Lights is probably, in my opinion, Blinding Lights is going to end up like Mr. Brightside because Brightside has never left.
Love that.
It is Mr. Brightside. This is a stupid fact, but Mr. Brightside, since the moment it came
But
out,
accurate.
has not left the Billboard Top 200.
Sheesh.
It is still on there.
Sheesh.
And that song came out when?
A
2000
long ass time ago.
Keeping white people hyped since
Since
1994.
01.
Mr. Brightside is literally back that ass up for white people.
You're not wrong.
It's the same
not wrong.
exact reaction.
You're
You are
not wrong.
It was like-
It came out
it
in
was like Baby
2003.
Shark for
That
kids.
was close. Baby Shark for kids.
Well, y'all know Baby Shark is going to be on the charts until the day we die.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Baby Shark is like back that ass up for kids.
That's from Abbott Elementary.
Hashtag
Oh,
Abbott
man.
Elementary. If y'all haven't watched Abbott Elementary, it's
I've started it. It's
fun.
really good.
It's
Oh, yeah.
I've
I've watched it.
thoroughly
I bet
enjoyed
Ansley will enjoy it.
Oh, she has. She just this is just a funny thing, but Ansley, my girlfriend, is a teacher. And when Baby Shark was like at its peak, she was just hated it. And so I took her to see one of my favorite bands in Atlanta. And during this drum solo, the guy's
Shut
like
up.
playing everything. He goes through like "You Should See Me in a Crown" by Billie Eilish, and he's just ripping it out. Then all of a sudden, he just stops and stands up and just starts doing the Baby Shark. And I turn around and I just see Ansley's face.
You didn't even know. You didn't even know this was about to
Oh,
happen.
it was so funny.
That's brutal.
But yeah.
That's brutal. Poor
Yo,
girl.
shout out
Poor-
Ansley Davies. But I was she had a great time at the show other than that moment.
Oh, no.
But
Of all the songs.
she's like,
and
of
all the
songs.
times.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Listen
my
to Set
gosh.
It Off. Their new album comes out in March. It's called Welcome to Elsewhere. It's their art pop era. It's very good.
Woo.
Woo.
Love it.
2 blurbs.
Hey.
And one.
In
Well
one.
done, sir. Well done, sir.
Caught us by surprise.
Are you gonna go or are you not gonna go? Did I go first last time?
Jeremy went
No,
first
you
last
went
week.
next to last time.
Yeah, Jeremy went first before you last week.
Okay, so I'll go this time.
There you go.
Well, I've been spending my time just as I always do watching anime. What? And what? And I loved Inuyasha when I was a kid. Like it would always be on like Toonami. It would like come on interchangeably. Like you would, but I would never watch it in sequence. And I was like, I don't know what this story is like entirely about. But I just wanted to take a moment because I was on Hulu and I saw that Yashahime came out, which is like the continuation, similar to Naruto's Boruto, and so on and so forth. And so I was like, all right, so this is the natural transition for me to like invest some time in a quality anime that's got a lot of. I mean, the cool thing about it was it recorded the initial Inuyasha episodes for, I think it was like 4 years. 4 years straight, and then there was like a 5-year period where no one knew what was going on. Like they didn't finish it. They just like stopped production on it in America and in Japan. And I guess through like the popularity that it really gained in our generation, just from people watching it on streaming services, watching it on Crunchyroll, reading the manga, watching it on Toonami, they decided, all right, well, hey, we got to actually finish this freaking show because the first season, the first Inuyasha like installment ends on a cliffhanger because you're just like waiting for him to decide to beat the bad guy, and you're like
They literally say our journey isn't over yet.
and you're just like 8 years later,
4 years.
4 years
4 years
later,
later.
you get
Feels like
Inuyasha the final act, which is a final season. It's straight 26 episodes and
Moves so fast compared to the
I mean
series.
It's called a feudal fairy tale. That's the name. Like it's called Inuyasha the feudal fairy tale. And I mean it's
Feudal, like
feudal,
like
as
cant,
in,
or
like,
feudal as in
lords,
swords.
as in swords.
Oh,
because it
sick.
takes place in feudal Japan.
Yeah.
And the whole story is like the main girl Kagome goes back in time through a portal because she's the reincarnation of a priestess. And she goes back because she's this reincarnation of the priestess. She can go between the times through her family shrine, which has a giant well. It's very Alice in Wonderland-y kind of like that. And so she pops up in the feudal era where she meets Inuyasha, and they go through journeys to ultimately get rid of the Shikon jewel, which is like the evil jewel that's manipulating demons, and she has to fight demons, and she's in middle school the entire time, mind you, like going between worlds, missing school, like everybody's like, you got
trying to do homework assignments, her backpack's falling all over the place.
Like it's really funny because in the final season she's taking her high school entrance exams, which is something you do in Japan.
Yeah.
And it really they draw a line between how little Inuyasha knows about her world, because he thinks she has to fight a demon called high school entrance exams. And she has to defeat the demon high school entrance exams.
Gotta mess up this girl's whole education because
Bro.
she's fighting demons back in the feudal times.
Well, what's interesting is like the way they end it is like she ends up going to college. I mean, she ends up going to high
she
school.
skip high school?
No, she goes through high school and then they get married after high school. It's kind of how it ends, but
Spoilers.
a little bit of a spoiler, but not really because
Spoilers.
it's a love story, and I mean, you know, that all animes end the way that you kind of want them to end for the most part, with the exception of a handful, I'd say.
Yeah,
Or they just
I
don't
wasn't
end.
expecting Spike Spiegel to die at the end. Spoilers for that.
Exactly.
I feel like it's been long enough. If you ain't
If you haven't
If you didn't know.
seen Cowboy Bebop by
If you
now.
haven't seen Cowboy Bebop,
But I highly recommend it. It's a classic anime with a great storytelling, fun fights, great character development across all the villains and the anti-heroes, because Sesshomaru, Inuyasha's brother, I mean, his character development is actually quite nice from the first time you meet him, when he battles Inuyasha and Inuyasha cuts his arm off, which is dope.
Violence.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I highly recommend it. Sesshomaru's dope. Inuyasha's dope. Kagome's dope. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
the show is dope. The J stamp of approval. Skadoosh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Skadoosh.
Yeah, I did. Kung Fu Panda. Nice tie-in. Miriam, you got anything?
I was just going to plug for my weekly blurb that we are going to be at Birmingham Comic-Con on February
11th?
No.
11th through the 13th.
11th through the 13th. So
That's
yeah,
on my
come
calendar.
check us
I'm
out.
not going to work that weekend.
No.
We'll have a table so you can come check us out, meet us, and we'll do a live recording of the podcast there at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So come check us
It'll
out
be
at
fun.
the BJCC.
Come get interviewed.
Woo! That's all.
We love it. Love to see it.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Can't get sued if I don't finish it.
It's definitely not on Spotify, so can't use that. I guess to round things off with my weekly blurb, I want to talk to you guys about some nostalgia points. We went through a whole episode of nostalgia today with our personal theme songs, but I want you guys, if you are ever feeling nostalgic and want to hear some bops of songs, go on Spotify, go on YouTube, go to wherever you listen to music, and just look up theme songs from the 90s. Because good Lord in the morning, those are some of the best theme songs that have ever been laid down on a track.
Facts.
I've recently
High production quality.
Yes, I've recently refound the Tailspin theme song, and I'm at work.
Certified hood classic.
But
right there.
like, it had bars, it had the conga line, it had my homeboy going, ha ha ha. That shit was dope, and it was. I'm at work, literally salsa and like not giving a care in the world because it's that good of a song. Like, I'm listening to Surface Pressure, We Don't Talk About Bruno, and the Tailspin theme song on repeat for 12 hours at a time. That's how my night goes now because
It's a quality shift right there.
But no, like, it's just that feeling. It's that warm feeling you get inside when you just like hear something you haven't heard in a long time. So you can listen to, like I said, Tailspin is a bop and a half. The Magic School Bus theme song.
I mean, some of the most fun that we've had is like playing the guessing game for theme songs, right? Like that's hands down. Like it's a fun drinking game. It's a fun party game. Like you just last person to guess it drinks.
Yep. I mean, if that, and then, like I said, just all those old theme songs. They make you feel good. And also, like I said, they're just, I don't know why they decided to just produce these songs at the level of.
They went hard for us.
Entertainment.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, the Goof Troop theme song,
Chip and Dale's
Tailspin,
Adventure.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Well, there was a time when like the theme song made or broke the show.
That's true.
Yep.
That's
like
true.
if you didn't like the theme song, you were going to click away because you're not going to like the real show.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Change.
DuckTales.
DuckTales. Like even before that, you had like the Jeffersons theme song.
Yep.
Flintstones.
Flintstones.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. Sanford and Son.
What's the I'm finna say the Future Rallies. That's
Full House.
The Cosby Show.
Cosby Show.
Yeah. Full House. Whatever happened to
bro, those Family Matters.
Family Matters. Family Matters.
Yep.
Sister.
The Nanny. The Nanny. Can we talk about the Nanny theme song?
man.
Nanny theme song.
It's the whole episode. Just
The Proud Family theme song
It's the whole first episode of the theme song.
with Solange and Beyonce on the
Proud Family.
ad-libs.
Oh,
Yep.
with
Come on now.
with Destiny Child
The
playing
Proud
backup.
Family.
Destiny Child. Well, episode Destiny
Yo,
Child
I'm
was
so
the
hyped
backup.
for this remake though, like or continuation. Excuse me.
That's gonna be good.
But yeah, that's my weekly blurb. Like I said, we can always get into it. I mean, I want to talk about those theme songs now.
Go watch our episode on theme songs on
With Wrapped, actually.
We need to do a part 2 because there's a lot more that we didn't talk
we did
about.
discuss. I mean, we talked about Simple Plan, and then we just kind of got stuck on what's Scooby-Doo. We didn't even go to any other of the
No.
Disney Channel or Nickelodeon.
I think we hit What's New Scooby Doo and DJ D-Rec doing Danny Phantom.
Phantom,
And
yeah.
that was
That
the
was
entire 30-minute episode right there.
It was groundbreaking.
Man, we didn't even get to
Code Lyoko, Shaolin Showdown, the Jackie Chan show theme song,
American Dragon Jake Long.
Yeah.
Gargoyles,
American Dragon.
the House of Mouse theme song.
Daddy Dragon.
Why is that
Why is
not
it
on
not
Disney
on?
Plus?
Yeah, exact. Thank you.
Disney
And why-
Plus, listen to us. Put that show on your streaming service.
I need
Please.
that and Buzz Lightyear of Star Command
Yep.
on Disney.
Yeah.
And Lloyd in Space.
Lloyd in
Lord
Space.
love Lloyd in Space.
All of them.
Did they take like Timon and Pumbaa off? Because I know that was on there for a minute.
I don't think any of those movie series are on there. 'cause
I know Aladdin was.
Aladdin isn't on there.
Hercules isn't on there either.
Tarzan and Jane.
I know
Yeah,
Timon
that's
and
not on
Pumbaa was on there for a minute, and then I don't know if they
probably
it
took
off.
it off.
You know they took it off.
See, this is why.
Because it's Toon Disney and like those shows were part of that
Was it
separate
like,
entity.
Was it like Fox or something?
No, it's like Toon Disney was like you had Disney Animation and you had Toon Disney. Toon Disney, that's where we got the Goofy movie and all
Yeah.
of those TV shows.
Yeah.
And so it was almost like a separate like that redheaded stepchild that we don't really care about. It's just
Unique. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You remember when they betrayed us all and made it Disney XD?
Yep.
We don't talk about it.
Dude, Disney XD was good for 2 years, and
Yep.
then they canceled Zeke and Luther.
Zeke and Luther. All right.
No, you know when it got bad is when you got shows like Kick Buttowski.
Who?
Exactly. We appreciate everyone for listening to our podcast.
Yeah, well, you know where you can find us. You can find us on Facebook at Blerd Survival Guide, on Instagram at Blerd Survival Guide, on Twitter and TikTok at Blerd Guide, and you can follow us on Redbubble and get some merch at Blerd Survival Guide.
Red Bubble.
Redbubble. And if you want to follow our personals, mine is at JDub0283.
I'm at JBear3295. Ryan, where can the people find you?
Yes, it's Ryan K. It's YESITSRYNK. On Instagram and Twitter, and if you still use Facebook, my name is Ryan.
But definitely, like we said, check out the Rap Podcast. They're coming out with new episodes, hopefully sooner rather than later. Other than that, keep surviving, everybody. Listen to the theme song.
Two guys, two mics, I'm producer. Step into the spotlight, survival of the streamers. Come and take a seat with the combo. We ride it for Tuesday. It's the Blerd Survival Guide.